Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining us on this Impact Talk. Today we are discussing community safety and with none other than Ian Cameron, who is well known throughout South Africa and even internationally. He's been in the community safety spectrum for many years. My personal opinion, Ian is one of the guys in South Africa that has the best overall knowledge regarding safety and security when it comes to communities, etc., in South Africa, because he's a guy who's seen and understands the picture from the top. He's not just tactical this or this or this or this. He sees the whole complete element. And with that in mind, Ian from Action Society and Firearms.co.za, thank you for joining us here.
Thanks, Dion. Looking forward to it.
Great stuff. All right. I think the topic on everybody's lips and what's currently, even with ourselves, is the community safety issue. We are busy with the Lone Operator Program, teaching and training communities to empower them to safeguard themselves. And this is now a hot topic because of KZN 2021, as I would like to call it. So, to kick it off, maybe, what do you think? What do you think brought us to this place where we are now actually having to look after ourselves?
Yeah, so there are a whole lot of components that one needs to look at, but I think if I can summarize the demise of the South African Police Service, I would like to say it as follows. I think that there are two main reasons for the complete and utter destruction of the South African Police Service. And the first reason is cadre deployment, specifically with ANC-affiliated politicians and other figures, and then the misappropriation of funds. I think those two things together have actually destroyed the once mighty South African Police Service. And unfortunately, Dion, it's sad to say, but the South African Police Service, even with the thousands of very good men and women in blue that still serve every day, has unfortunately in many cases become a little bit of an iron fist for the political elite that are aligned with the ANC. So from my side, I think exactly what you're doing in terms of Lone Operator, Fortis, many of the programs that you're involved with, is that we need to find alternatives. Now, in terms of state alternatives or affiliation, or let's rather say anything in terms of official statutory policing, I think there are two or three very important alternatives that need to be discussed, and this is obviously just the introduction. We can go into depth still. So let me just recap. So I think there are three main elements that we need to consider when it comes to the restructuring, or rather the recovery of the South African Police Service, should it ever happen. And that is the devolution of the police, increased private sector involvement and community sector involvement. That's where you fit in with Lone Operator, for example. And then the complete restructuring of the South African Police Service. But this has to happen according to merit and not according to political affiliation. So, Dion, that's the summary of why we are where we are at the moment. And I think looking at what you called KZN 2021, I think that is the result and the first of many similar situations that we are going to be faced with, at least for the next 10 to 20 years in South Africa. Whether change starts or not, it's going to take a very long time if we're only going to do or try and fix statutory law enforcement. So it is very, very important that we put a strong emphasis on community safety structures, and that's what we're going to talk about.
Great stuff. So as an intro, I think that sort of paints the picture of where we are, and I think we can quote stats until the sun goes down. Stats are out there for everybody to see. I think everybody at this stage knows what's happening in South Africa. So we'll put links in the description and on the video and everything. Ian has written more than one article on firearms.co.za, firearms.co.za. The link should be somewhere around. and then we'll refer back to these articles as we discuss this. Okay, so I think if we maybe break it up into, obviously what people are looking for are solutions, all right, and legal solutions, because every second guy will say, oh, let them come, I'll shoot them. But is that actually a legal solution? So it's important that we look at legal solutions. No point ending up in jail ourselves while we try and stop this thing. So I think if we split this into 3 sections, first of, let's discuss what do we think can be done, let's say on the government side. And then secondly, what can be done on the structured side? Let's talk about security companies and so on. And then what can be done on the community side, what the civilian, the person staying in the community can do themselves. I think then if we touch it like that, we can take it from there.